Last time! Nah, I'm just kidding. What's up, gamers, and gamettes? My name is John, and welcome back to freaking Ascendant Hearts. Last time, basically, we got a new healer with that she showed us a medical demonstration, as you will. Basically, a very nice demonstration. That little battle scar right there. But so basically, Aiko still doesn't trust freaking Shiori after all this shit that we gone through, man. It's really annoying. But she wants us to promise her, like, no matter what, I'll sacrifice my life so you can live better. Say, promise me that you won't, like, die or something. And, like, I don't know what choice to pick, to be honest. But god dang it, Aiko. I can't promise or don't promise. So I already quick saved it. So let's continue from where we last left off, though. Alright, promise. You know what? Let's just play along. Whatever. No, you know what? No, don't promise. Like, I think we're gonna be fine. Don't promise. No, then she's gonna be sad. But, fuck, I don't know, man. This is freaking something. Something, man. Something, like, damn it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to pick. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If you wanna let her go, my mother said to pick the already best one. And you are it. It. Don't promise. Whatever. I can't promise that. Hayoto. Seriously, if something goes wrong, we're getting out together. You just don't understand. No, you don't understand. With a sad shake of her head, she stands up. I'll still come to Dr. Takazawa's lab with you tomorrow. I'll be your party member until the end, but I hope you reconsider and make sure you escape when the time comes. Ah, damn it. As she walks away, I can't help but shake my head. This, if possible, is even weirder than the rumors about Shiori. At least there's some logic to suspecting the sole survivor of a destroyed village to have played a role in the disasters. But this, assuming you're designated to die? The more I learn about this world, the less I understand it. Transition. In the morning, I head to the town square, where Shiori is already waiting. Good morning. Ready to go? We should wait for Aiko. Oh, wait. Was that her that was speaking? I don't know. Are you sure she's coming? I think about our disturbing conversation at the end. She's convinced that she can save my life by being in our party when Shiori goes on her theoretical murderous rampage. She'll be here. Fine. Sure enough, a few minutes, Aiko emerges from the inn and joins us. Good morning. Dots. Or not. Looks like she's still not happy about the situation. Of course, she thinks she's going to die, so that's understandable. Let's get this over with. Transition. Oh, okay, cool. The laboratory looks about the same as it did yesterday, but this time Dr. Takazawa is in the main room. He rubs his hands together in glee when he sees us. Alright, I don't know if I should change to the camera position or not. We'll see. Yeah, that's better. Wait, did something say? Alright. How did I do his voice? Are you ready for the results of the experiment? Something like that. Yes. He paces back and forth in front of us. As at long last, I have been able to analyze the waters of the sacred spring. What mysteries would I uncover? The truth nature of the gods, a scientific explanation for the blessing these waters bestowed, an even greater mystery. From time to time, he waves his hands in the air to emphasize his points. Oh, well, hello. We got a nice picture of the mad scientist. Like, just look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, God. First, I studied the composition of the water itself. Water, yes. Hydrogen and oxygen. The same composition in water you might find anywhere. But, was that truly the end? Or was there something more? I glance at Aiko, who shrugs. Shiori looks as casual as though Dr. Takazawa always launches in a monologue when asked to explain the test results. I delved deeper and took a deeper look. A closer look. There was something strange about the water. Its atoms were different, yet this was a mystery I could not solve though analyze alone. This was the only one path open to me, an experiment. Aiko leans close to me, her voice a whisper. Is he ever gonna tell us the results? I hope so. Shh, let the doctor speak. I really doubt our whispers has even the slightest chance of slowing his explanation. For all the attention he pays to us, he might as well be alone in the room. What would happen if a test subject drank this special water? Would I need more time, more water? I certainly hope he is not going to ask us to go back to the Sacred Spring again. One encounter with the Guardians was quite enough, thank you! I gave a tiny amount of water to the Wama, while the others drank from the normal supply. Then I observed them, I watched and waited. And do you know what happened? Nothing! My heart sinks, however the monologue continues. For the sake of science, there was only one thing left to do. I took the remaining water sample and drank it myself. When in doubt, experiment on yourself. The guy is a mad scientist after all. Alright. Oh, I like the little picture in the background. That's nice. It shows like the fucking zodiac signs. I just realized that. That's dope. Alright. At first I experienced no effects whatsoever. Could it be true that the water of the Sacred Spring is merely regular water after all? In dismay, I returned to the Whammer I used on my first test subject and... He paused dramatically. And? The poor thing wasn't dead, was it? Certainly not, but for a fleeting moment I realized it needed a bigger chamber. The one I gave it was too small. As I moved my captive Whammers, the implication of the revelation hit me. Another dramatic pause. Aiko and I exchange dubious glances. Even Shiori seems a bit put off. It's a very nice that a mad scientist decided to take better care of his test subjects, but what does this have to do with the water sample? I understand the Whammers better than ever. Not just them, but all of my test subjects. At the moment I knew, the water of the Sacred Spring, that supposed blessings of the gods, the stem of the fabled power lost to mankind, ascendancy. Excuse me. Silence follows Dr. Takazawa's pronouncement. I glance at Aiko, who shrugs, and then at Shiori. She looks just as confused as me. Well, I'll turn to Dr. Takazawa. You could, look a little more shocked, you know. A few gasps of awe wouldn't hurt. Oh, but... So... What you just told us is pretty significant then. Of course it is! Weren't you listening? The water is tied to ascendancy. Title. What does that mean? The scientist stares at each of us in turn. For once, he appears to be a loss for words, his mouth open and closes several times before he finally speaks. None of you have heard of ascendancy. No. Me neither. Don't look at me. Look, we asked the guy with amnesia anyway. Like we asked guy, whatever. It is also called Ascendant magic. Perhaps you heard of it. No, I don't think so. Really? Bah! What are they teaching young adventurers these days? I suspect this is doing of the High Cleric, or perhaps the Guildmaster, those fools, to surpass knowledge such as this. High Cleric Nissan would never suppress the people's knowledge. He believes highly in education. Certainly he doesn't. He does. But there has always been rumors that the Ascendant magic is tied to the power of the gods. I say this water sample from so-called Sacred Spring proves it. Great. We really have committed heresy or something. I've seen enough evil religions in video games to know this is a bad spot to be in. But I wouldn't rule out the Guildmaster as a culprit. Why would he do it? What do adventurers do all day? They run out and fight monsters for rewards. It is the guildmaster's livelihood, and I heard it to begin because he vetted against monsters for something that happened long ago. What does that have to do with the ascendancy? Its a discovery could make people question his entire system, don't you see? No. Of course not, because we still don't know what ascendancy is. Could you please stop arguing why we don't know about it and get to the point? Very well. Ascendancy, or ascendant magic, is a legendary class of magic that allowed people to communicate with monsters. What? You mean they could talk? You could talk to them? They could talk to them? I'm not sure why she's so shocked when she considered it perfectly normal for monsters to participate in the adventure system. The more powerful ones could. Lesser examples of the ascendancy merely resulted in greater understanding of monsters. This is what I experienced when I ingested the water from the sacred spring. So, if a person drinks enough of the water, they could talk to the monsters? Oh, I doubt that. It is far too weak and in effect. To truly use ascendant magic, you need to be born with the ability, and it hasn't been seen in centuries. That's probably why no one talks about it anymore. It's old enough to be a myth. But now, we have proven to be true. He practically jumps up and down in excitement. Sheer scientific leer feels in his voice. I suspect that this explains the spring's blessing as well. Someone on it anointed with this water, and especially someone who drank it, would have a temporary understanding of monsters. They will be able to avoid danger, possibly find monster dens. Request, I must begin work on an official report at once. What a wonderful day for science! Wait, Dr. Takazawa, before we go, what effect does the water have on the monsters who drink it? I expected better of you, Shirori. Huh? I clearly explained in my earlier speech that it had no effect on my test subjects. But that doesn't make any sense. The natural assumption is these monsters will be able to understand humans better, but the ascendancy has always gone in one direction, from the human to the monsters. No, I mean, it doesn't make sense that the Dark Wolves would stop at the Sacred Spring. She's right. In all the excitement over the water analyzed, I almost forgot our original reason for doing it. We're trying to understand the Dark Wolves, and the Sacred Spring seemed to be a step in the right direction. What are you talking about? What do the Dark Wolves have to do with this water? The last time they attacked the Light Shiri, they left behind one of the Sacred Spring's flowers. When we went to investigate, the Guardians were agitated. We thought maybe the monsters stopped there before teleporting to the Light Shiri. That's why we wanted the water analyzed. At first, he just stares at us. Then he throws his hands in the air and raises back and forth across the lab in the fastest example of pacing I've ever seen. What is this science come to? The lot of you have the least scientific minds I ever seen. Analyze the water, you said. Discover the special properties. And for what? They answer questions about monsters that may or may not have anything to do with the water. It just made sense. No, you found a connection between the Dark Wolves and the flowers, nothing more. But your unscientific mind leaped to the water. Bah! All this time, my experiments, my breakthrough. But it was still a great day for science, wasn't it? The scientist stops and frowns at me. He anger a bit, and then he looks satisfied again. Why, you are correct. I did not do these experiments merely to help you, but for science. I feel like I'm starting to understand how Dr. Takazawa's mind works. It's rather alarming realization. So, we did all this for nothing? No, you did it for science. And we did learn something, even if it wasn't something what we expected. Still though, this doesn't help our mission to investigate the monsters at all.
Dr. Takazawa clears his throat.
We could give up on our quest. Ha! No, not happening, bitch. But we need to protect the town.
Dr. Takazawa clears his throat again. A bit louder this time.
Then what are we gonna do? I don't know. That was our only lead. I suppose we could investigate the sacred spring again, but aside from the water, I'm not sure what we could find there.
The scientist clears his throat with such a vigor, he sounds like he's so.
No, I'm sorry. Are you okay, Doctor? Anyway, I guess we'll need to start from the beginning. Enough! Can't you people take a hint?
We all stare at him.
You're overlooking the obvious.
The two girls look at me. I shrug. We return over puzzled. Gaze to the mad scientist, who clears his throat a few more times before he throws his arms up in disgust.
Such an unscientific mind! You irresolutely linked the dark wolves to the water, and therefore you took the water to your friendly neighborhood scientist. You correctly linked the dark wolves to the flowers and gave up? Good heavens! If there was only a scientist who could analyze the flowers the way he analyzed the water. Hey, that's right!
The idea never crossed my mind until he brought it up. No wonder he seemed so frustrated with us.
Would you do that for us, Dr. Takazawa? I had already mentioned it only to change my mind at the last second. Bring me the flowers from the sacred spring and I'll analyze them.
For a horrible moment, I worried we'll have to backtrack to the sacred spring and deal with the guardians again. Then I remember putting the original flower into my inventory. With a sigh of relief, I reached into my pocket and focused on accessing my items. He only takes a couple of tries too before my fingers close around the small flower. I must be getting better at this.
Here!
I hand it over to Dr. Takazawa.
Wonderful! Now bring me 4 more. What? You thought 1 flower was enough for science, but 5 is the minimum I need and valid and thorough experimentation. You mean we have to go back? If it means we'll learn more about to stop the dark wolves, I'm all for it. Hayato?
I hate agreeing with her, but because I'd rather do anything to return to the sacred spring, but I reluctantly nod.
Fine, let's just get it over with. Transition.
When we reach the sacred spring, it seems oddly peaceful, more like how I expected the sacred place to be, without monsters trying to kill us.
This is a nice change. Speak for yourself. You rather the guardians attack us? This feels like a trap.
We slowly walk up to the edge of the water. Still no sign. The guardians I plucked a handful of flowers and put them in my inventory. Since they're so small, I take a few extra just in case. You never know, Dr. Takazawa might say something like these. These are perfect for my first experiment, but bring me 5 more for the sake of science.
That's it. We can leave. Seems like it. Good, Who are you?
The voice makes us all jump. I place my hand on my sword. I can't help but feel that the person who spoke is probably the reason the Guardians aren't around. Anyone who can subdue the Guardians makes me nervous. Movement above us catches my eye. Someone stands above a rocky ledge high above us.
Oh, well, hello. What have we got here? Like, alright, you got cool little daggers right there. Like, little cool adventurer hunter, I guess? I don't know. Alright. What is your business here? I could ask you the same thing. We're just passing him. We came for some flowers. Why?
Aren't the holy flowers used in ceremonies? It's almost as though she suspects we have another reason for wanting them.
Religious reasons.
I feel like she doesn't believe me. Could she somehow know we're taking them to Dr. Takazawa?
I don't know if you guys can see her. Let me change my camera a little bit. There you go. The sacred spring is a holy place. You can't forbid people from coming here. Fine then. Be on your way.
She leaps down from the rocks and lands right in front of us. Oh, fucking damn it. What the fuck? Literally. Wait, what? What? That was pretty funny. I stumble backwards in surprise, and Akka loses her balance and falls into the sacred spring with a cry. Shiori looks like she's about to bombard the stranger with fireballs, but the mysterious woman darts forward like a blur and shoves her off balance into the water.
Why you?
The stranger is already on her way down the mountains. She leaves us quickly as she arrives. Soaked and dripping with sacred water, Shiori and Aiko clambered out of the pool. The good news is that Dr. Takazawa hypothesized about the water's so-called blessing is true. They'll be able to avoid monsters for a while.
What was that all about? Maybe she has something to do with the Dark Wolves. That could be it. Maybe she comes here to drink the water and then gives the Dark Wolves orders to attack the town.
From what Dr. Tokazawa said, that wouldn't actually work. But could it be mistaken that I'm not sure we should take a word from a mad scientist as law? My neck prickles as though someone is watching us. I whirl towards the mountain and scan the ledge where the stranger stood before, but I couldn't see anyone. If someone's there, they know how to stay out of sight.
Whoever she is, she certainly was rude, pushing me into the sacred spring like that. Is that all it takes to stop a mage? That's good to know. Oh, shut up. You just look as silly as I do. Let's get out of here. We'll leave as soon as we dry out our clothes. Here? What if the Guardians comes back? They're still calm. Yes, I feel it too. Besides, it's not healthy to stay in wet clothes for a long... Trust me, I'm a healer. Okay, if you insist. Hayato, why don't you take a look around while we dry our clothes? This is perfect time to check any clues we might have missed. I call when you're ready.
The last thing I want to is poke around the mountains that's inhabited by guardians, possibly visited by the Dark Wolves, and had at least one mysterious stranger lurking around, but Shiori and Aiko fixed me with an expectant stares.
Oh, alright.
In truth, I'm a bit curious about how they plan to dry their clothes. An elemental mage might have pretty exciting techniques, and I picture Shiori surrounding herself and Aiko with the rings of fire. Nevertheless, I headed up the small path that leads away from the spring itself deeper into the mountain. The rest of the sacred spring area isn't very interesting. It's mainly full of rocks, without anything I consider even a vague clue. Then I find something more interesting. A bit too interesting.
Oh god. Nice guardian. Stay guardian. Good boy. No, don't you throw your fist at me. No, stay. Good Rocky. Good Rocky.
Calm or not, it still looks threatening. It always looks like it's a relaxed state of mind. Might disappear at any moment. It eyes me as though debating how to quickly it should kill me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I'll go now. Bye.
I back away from the Guardian's territory and make a beeline back to the sacred spring. Whether they're finished or not, we need to get out of here. Sticking around here will be far worse for the health of wearing the wet clothes.
Hey, we need to... What are you... It was bound to happen anyways. And this is the hot spring scene. Oh my god. Me? What are you two doing? We're letting our clothes dry, remember? You didn't have to tell... You didn't tell me you were gonna take them off! Did you seriously think we were gonna dry our clothes while wearing them? Yes! Actually, I did! Idiot. But, what are you doing in the sacred spring? Relaxing in the waters, obviously. Did you lose your memory of hot springs, Hayato? No, but... Didn't you say it was a sacred place? Yes, it's a sacred spring. That's important. That's the important part of why we're investigating it. Remember, you lazy fucks. But is there something wrong? He's just stalling so he can keep staring at us. No, I'm not. Is it okay to bathe in the sacred spring? I mean, isn't that sort of disrespectful? The gods gave us a sacred spring for a reason. It would be disrespectful to ignore it. Besides, we all need a blessings we can get. Blessings? Yes.
She speaks slowly, as though she's starting to believe I'm dense.
The waters of the sacred spring grant people the blessings of the gods, or, as we know now from Takazawa, you can be blessed by sitting in the hot spring?
They exchange glances.
Yes, but only in the sacred spring. It's a common ritual. People regularly make pilgrimages here.
Pilgrimages to bathe in hot springs? Now I've heard everything. I try to imagine Nissan leading a group of people here for this purpose, but it's too ridiculous.
Why did you come back anyway? Shiori said she'll call you. He came to spy on us, that's why. No, I came because the Guardians are around. No kidding, they live here, remember? But thanks to the water of the sacred spring, we can tell we're in no danger from the Guardians. Dr. Takazawa's hypothesis was correct! Oh wait, that's her.
I try to imagine the look of the scientist's face if he knew that they use his theory about the water and the ascendancy to determine whether or not it is safe to bathe in the sacred spring.
Now, are you gonna keep staring or... No, I... Leave. Stall for time! Oh, shit. That's too funny, man. That is too funny. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave it off for right here for right now, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh my god. For next time, I'll let you guys choose whichever. I know which one you're gonna pick, probably. But so without further ado, guys, I hope you guys have a good night, good evening, good morning from where you're from. So peace out and sayonara, guys. Bye bye.